Good morning. This is Josh Hayes with Hedge Plus, and here's today's market monitor. Still waiting on trade deals, but seemingly getting closer. I guess that's my headline for today. We've heard that there's a framework of deals with Japan and India. I know that with Japan, uh, at the very least, corn was specifically alluded to as probably part of that deal. No doubt the easiest thing for these countries to agree to purchase from the United States is our agriculture, one that's not in direct competition to their own products in most cases. And it's never a tough sell to tell your people that you're buying food. And then also with China making its threats about warning countries not to make deals with the U.S. that would be detrimental to the exports that China typically sells them. Well, since China is not typically exporting much in the way of grains or food, it's a real easy deal for these countries to choose to purchase more items such as corn, beans, and wheat from the United States and not put themselves in a position where it angers China. So, also the news that Chinese President Xi and U.S. President Trump are set to meet in early May. That's definitely helping boost the markets, more so the outside markets, the financial markets, the stock markets, than the grain markets, which thankfully haven't been as affected by this lately. But all together, it's positive, no doubt. And there's also definitely a sense of urgency building. I've definitely heard that members of Trump's administration, his economic team, are really pushing for him to kind of maybe tone down the rhetoric and signal progress and signal that he's gonna maybe ease up on China, and that's more being done for, like I said, those outside markets, outside of our grain markets, those financial markets and the stock markets. There's definitely a lot of fear in those markets that still exist each day, and they're definitely making a concerted effort to try and calm that down. And it's so much so that they've even gone so far to say that these coming deals with, say, Japan and India are going to be announced soon, even though they won't have been finalized. That's why I say it's a framework. They're really trying to get deals out soon. So I think we can pretty much expect that to happen here in the next few days, or even perhaps maybe next week. Soybeans have definitely been helped a little bit here in the last 24, 48 hours by the fact that forecasts solidify the corn acres. It looks like we're going to get a good amount of planting done. Forecast is apparently clearing the way for a lot of planting in the next 30 days, which would typically be corn. And then also soybeans are helped by China's indirectly by U.S. soybeans, at least, helped indirectly by Chinese boost in demand and purchases from South America. The reason that helps us is the more that South America sells now, the more the rest of the world's going to have to come to us later. Uh, these forecasts do indicate that there's going to be a good planting window in the next 30 days. I always really hesitate to put much emphasis on 30-day forecasts, especially when just last week on if it was either Wednesday or Thursday, the U.S. or excuse me, NOAA put out a forecast showing for above average rainfall that over the next 30 days. Now, and including some areas where significantly above average. That could lead to delays, but last week showed that you guys got out there and got a good head start above what the industry was expecting. So if that does hold up in the next 30 days, bring enough rain to keep build soil moisture, but not keep you guys from planting, that should definitely mean more corn acres and cement the outlook that we already had for high acres there. Heaviest concentration of rain over the next 7 days is forecast for the southern plains and the western corn belt. Those are pretty much the areas that need it the most, and that is, I guess, taking out what little weather premium the wheat market had, and it just never seems to price much in it to begin with. So um, don't expect much in the way of wheat prices rising here in the next week or so, unless maybe that forecast evaporates, although it's evaporated in the past and it didn't do much to help wheat. Wheat's just basically being held down by ample supply and lower demand. Until we escape that or have some kind of serious weather issue that, I guess, even more serious than what we've had. If it gets significantly drier than we already see in the southern plains and the western corn belt, then perhaps maybe wheat will finally have some room to run. But it doesn't look like that's coming anytime soon. Taking a look at that weather, rain chances are firming where needed. Again, the southern plains, western corn belt. In Argentina, rain is accurate, will support what's going to likely be an absolute booming safrinha crop. They are getting an absolute gift of rain in the final stages um, of uh, of their pollination and just in the early stages of their planting progress that is not typical for this time of year. It's typically starting to really dry out, and they're getting some late rains that are helping boost that outlook for their safrinha crop. Argentina is getting spotty rain. They've been behind on harvest, and this will help them get caught up. It's finally slowing down there, and they should make strong gains with their harvest here in the next 1 to 2 weeks. No relief for dry conditions and warm in Ukraine. Talk that Russia is starting to get too dry again. Again, I don't know what to believe there. It seems like every other week it's flipping from it's too dry in Russia and Ukraine to they're getting great rains. But overall, I'd say it's not impacting wheat prices, so it can't be too serious just yet. Taking a look at the overnight, slightly down with corn, trending around even though from where we were at close yesterday with both corn and wheat. Soybeans trending positive on the overnight. I'd say the most significant factor there that wasn't already in place yesterday is just the advancement of hope that a deal will be struck with China, and perhaps taking off some of the pressure and tone that was very tough on China. Just gives it a boost to the notion that there's going to be a deal sooner rather than later. On the whole, though, these numbers compared to 24 hours ago, corn is down 7 cents from this time yesterday. Beans are about 4 cents from this time yesterday, and wheat is down about a penny from this time yesterday. That's all for today. We'll have the Grain Gauntlet, the Q&A out later today. And aside from that, we hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.